Welcome and thank you for joining us for a few minutes while I share with you a few things that have helped me in my careers over the years. Hopefully my thoughts today will help you as you look at your future career decisions. First, I do not consider myself a subject matter expert, but I have helped hundreds of professionals like yourself transition from the public to the private sector, as well as from one corporation to the next. I am more of a coach who is focused on helping those make smart choices before they transition. As for me, I had a very successful federal law enforcement career for 26 years that was followed by exciting and challenging opportunities as a senior security executive at 4 Fortune 500 companies. You can find out more about me on our website. There are many unknowns for anyone making the decision to leave one organization and join another, be it government or moving into the world of business. For me, the biggest unknowns have been how to best prepare and how to re-hone my skills. The other was learning how to thrive in a new business culture. Among the unknowns are, let's face it, we don't know what we don't know. Deciding what is essential and what is not, one of the most important is how to go about maintaining a successful life and then a successful new career transition. My goal is to help you improve your awareness and skills as you consider your next career move. Winning careers are out there. We just have to know how to prepare and where to look. Many folks have reached back to me to say that my book, which is pictured here, has been a great help to them. There is great security being in the public sector, like in the military, law enforcement, or intelligence, and there is even more anxiety about moving from those careers into the private sector. In the public sector, you have a structured career that is absent in the private sector. It takes time to learn the topography of what you hope to do and to study where your skills, training, and know-how will best be applied, helping you to look in the right places. The skills that made you successful in one environment, as the government, are likely not the same skills you will need in the private sector. Knowing what made you successful in your current environment is always a good start. However, you are leaving that culture behind, and your prior experience may or may not help you. Do you know what to expect in the private sector or in your next corporate job? I always start with knowing my true self, and if I was properly committed to the challenges I would be facing. Answering that question is essential before making your next move. Imagine going from no job to Director of Security in a $10 billion global corporation in just 13 months. What I learned, what an awakening, and how I grew as a result. It takes patience, listening to family, colleagues you trust, and yourself. My first step into the private sector was not a success. This was a small, privately held company, and as it turned out, the owners felt that the corporate checkbook was more like their own private checkbook. I had several business folks provide me guidance because it was apparent the owners caused many of the business issues. As a result, I didn't even make it a year. However, I was smart enough to have a solid 2-year contract. When I got fired, it was a real awakening, and as I look back on that experience, it enabled me to grow professionally. What I learned was I wanted to be in a big company, and to get there, I knew I had to develop new skills. Among the first things I did was to study and became a Certified Fraud Examiner, or CFE. This is something that I recommend to everyone. The CFE training gave me a true grounding in a wide variety of business issues and provided me with a wonderful network of seasoned business professionals. Starting a new career creates a lot of anxiety. I found that retooling my skills, training, and know-how to meet the demands of where I wanted to go did a lot to rebuild my confidence. For success, it's all about preparation and commitment to better ourselves. Within a few short years, I found the Security Executive Council with its wealth of expertise and knowledge, just like you have now. Finally, success for me is all about thinking about things differently and lifelong learning. Public sector is a structured career path. You move up the organization because your contributions and your reputation have preceded you. On the other hand, in the private sector, success is driven either by financial success or by its people. That might sound funny at first, but these differences are significant. For example, in some companies, it's only about making your numbers. In others, it's all about how the team performs and delivers to its customers. Then, there are privately held companies and also publicly traded. Privately held companies have more flexibility on how to address security and to make it a priority. If the owners have a security focus, you have that management leadership up front, and things get done faster. Publicly traded companies are often more numbers-driven. Often security can be pressed by timelines or budgets, and proving the value of security requires more internal marketing. For instance, after presenting my security budget to the president in one of the publicly traded companies that I worked for, he sat back and said, "That's great, David. I can tell. You handle the security budget like it's your own money, don't you?" What a great compliment. All businesses, even if they have a security focus, will depend on how they are making their numbers. And that is where you demonstrate how smart security initiatives have driven net profitability. Here's a point I have shared with many like yourself. In business, it's not about security. In business, it's about business. You have to demonstrate your value and the value of what security does every day. This is key to your success. How do you turn public sector experience into corporate speak? In your past, public sector success means little in the private sector. Your legacy starts anew. It's about making your value in business terms. That's what I mean by corporate speak. You have to articulate your experience in business terms, not in war stories of your past. Being able to clearly state how a security issue is important and then how it contributes to better business outcomes demonstrates that you are a business partner. It's all about your ability to demonstrate your talents for business success. Many leaders speak of leadership, but here I also stress character. By character, I mean the values that made you successful in your public sector career will also define your success in business. It's essential to school yourself in all aspects of business before you decide to move into the private sector. This means transforming your experience, training, skills, and know-how, and then being able to communicate in corporate speak, which is the language business leaders understand. It is vital to learn how businesses make money and lose money. This takes a lot of patience and a lot of time. By considering the above, you will find yourself becoming a key partner in making any business more successful. Coming out of the public sector, you are a known and respected individual. But as you seek new opportunities in the private sector, your reputation is unknown. As I indicated earlier, your reputation preceded you throughout your public sector career. Folks know you and you know them. Compare that to the private sector, which often has a very high turnover. Without being well prepared, it is not uncommon in the security field that turnover can be as high as 18 to 24 months. Why is that? That kind of high turnover speaks to many issues, and here are a few. First, frequently there are differing expectations to the part of applicants as well as employers. Second, many times applicants do not understand the culture they are about to join. Third, there is often a failure to listen and learn about the business. It is essential to demonstrate how your skills will enhance security, safety, and drive profits. I never lost sight of my role to drive profitability. The tactic I used was to hold back my ideas and listening to my business partners. By that I mean spending lots of time hearing how I might make their jobs easier and help them meet their goals. Private sector requirements for outstanding success in security needs equal measures of three elements. First, to be a lifelong learner. This includes you and everyone on your team. In the Fortune 500 companies that I joined, not one of them had a corporate security function. As a result, we had to build the program from the top down and from the bottom up. My goal was to develop a corporate security team around just a few outstanding teammates. Our largest team had just 4 highly qualified individuals. This team had top-notch business, technical, computer, investigative, and administrative skills. I ensured that they had state-of-the-art continuous training. Skill-wise, these folks were all A-plus performers and professionals. Second, the desire to be a business partner. Likewise, as I interviewed candidates, I stressed that they had to really want to learn the business and to be a business partner. This is easy to say, but they all had to want to engage in understanding every aspect of our businesses. That often meant not just attending meetings, but also going out to our manufacturing and distribution operations to spend time with employees on the front lines of the business. The only way security can be effective is if we know what is going on in the field, and that means taking care of employees' concerns as well as how the company makes and loses money. Finally, this takes individuals with really high energy. Being smart is great, but being able to show up and to be present when folks need your guidance and support is absolutely critical. As you prepare for whatever comes next in your career, are you prepared to take a series of hard-hitting, pragmatic steps toward that success? Preparation for your future success is needed now more than ever, for yourself, for your family, and for your future. We know resources of the Security Executive Council can support you both personally and professionally. This is my book. It's full of many things I've learned over the years, and each day I continue to learn and seek only to help others be successful. Those who have read our book say they learned a lot, and many wish they had read it before they made their move into the world of business. That makes me very happy, because all I wish is great success for you, your family, and hopefully another winning career. We hope you have found our presentation helpful, and thanks for joining us.